Everybody said the same thing. Do it just like you did it in 1977 with Joan Jett. You know, don't change anything. It's not the right time to be changing your style. When I sold my photo agency to Getty, I just kind of traveled around Europe, spent a lot of time in Europe. I was kind of directionless and didn't really know what I wanted to do, or I had no idea I was going to put my cameras away for like 20 years. The most important thing is I wanted to be creative again. I discovered this thing called Tumblr, and it really changed my life. A friend of mine who said, yeah man, you should really try posting a picture of the Runaways up on Tumblr. Okay, well, let me see how it works. It was self-explanatory. I did it. I posted the picture. I wrote a little caption. And a few hours later, I had like over 200 followers. So I posted more and more pictures. It was nice because I was able to tell a story. You know, here's a picture of Joan Jett at the Tropicana Motel or at Duke's Coffee Shop. And we used to go there all the time and hang out. And, you know, we would eat these massive hamburgers over there. And then we would get a frozen Snickers bar. It was a great avenue to be a storyteller and to share all these pictures with all these really cool young kids out there. And I was a little bit anxious about it because I didn't really know how to get back into the swing of things. But I got over the anxiety and I just took a deep breath and I jumped back in and started to shoot some vans. And then I started getting some calls, some assignments, Dazed and Confused and whatnot, Interview magazine in Germany. So then I came to the realization that the style that I had back in the 70s is very compelling today, and you see it a lot in fashion. It's raw, it's underproduced, it looks real. It doesn't look like there was a big production. It doesn't look like you're trying to sell somebody something. I decided, wow, what I really need to do is do a book. So I did a book with a brilliant designer named Garland Lynn in New York, and I had it printed. I published it myself. It was only 500 copies, a coffee table book. I had a couple beautiful press proofs, and I was trying to figure out, well, I don't want this to go to waste. Oh, wait a second, I have this idea. I want to send it to this really cool cat in Paris whose name is Olivier Zahm, and he's the publisher of Purple magazine. That magazine is so cool, and it's so fresh, it's just so real, and he really gets it. So I put the proofs in a tube, and I sent it by DHL to Paris. A month goes by, 6 weeks goes by, and I thought, well, I just blew $100 on DHL. And then, of course, a couple days later, there's a message from Purple in Paris and say, yeah, we really dig these press proofs. Can we put it in the magazine? We want to put it in the Purple Night section. And yeah, it's fine, you know, let's do it. So I had this idea. I'm building this swimming pool, and I'm watching the guys shoveling the dirt. And I go, wow, I've got to figure out a story here to do. You know, everybody does a picture of like a girl topless in an empty swimming pool or a skateboard or whatever. I said, let me do it while the pool's in construction. I contact a friend of mine and I say, dude, you know, I really need a cool model here. And he sends over to me a fabulous girl whose name is Chelsea Shookman. So I did this fabulous set of pictures of her topless in my pool while the pool's under construction. And it just clicked, and it was just magic. And I sent it to Olivier, and he's like, wow, you know, who's this girl? And he wants to work with her and so on. She's my new Joan Jett. She's my greatest muse right now. So once again, I've become prolific in taking pictures, and you got to understand, when I first started doing this, I was the youngest kid in the room by far, and now I'm almost the oldest kid in the room. But I enjoy it. So what's next for me? A lot of stuff. I've got all kinds of things on the burner. I'm going to do a short film. The short film is going to be my life story, me as a teenage photographer growing up in the San Fernando Valley, dying to get out of the San Fernando Valley, looking for his financial independence. How does he do that? He does that by going out to the Sunset Strip, and he tracks down and befriends a British rock star, takes pictures of the British rock star, sends the photos to this magazine in Japan, Music Life, and gets the photos published. He has tenacity and he has goals, just like I did when I was a kid. You know, it's about your dreams coming true. When I did it, the planets were certainly aligned in my favor. And that's not to say that a young photographer today can't achieve this. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Even today, 2015, even though the whole landscape has changed, it's still possible for a young photographer to make it. So that's the story.